Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What? Hey, you know what it is. It's the Get Your Happy On Hour on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. And look at here. We're going to have some fun tonight. And we're going to learn something, too. That's the most important part. You know, today I was kind of wrestling with this concept. Real simple concept. It's like I admire helping other people, and I admire people that like to help other people. Unfortunately, you know, that's not a real popular thing. We live in a takedown society, and I respect that. A lot of people spend a lot of time focusing just on themselves. But when you can look outside of yourself to try to help lift others up, I think there's something very special about that. I think it's called human kindness. We need more of it. We really do. I see I got Carter in the house tonight. What's up with you, Carter?
Not much. Good to be back. I was a little bit under the weather last week.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what? That happens. But the good thing is you're back. You're feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing that matters. You know, before we start our show tonight, I want y'all to know something. I got a special in-studio guest. And this person here kind of follows along the lines of what I was just speaking about. They spend a lot of their time being selfless and helping others. I think that's very, very important. So I'm going to first ask a couple of questions of my guest, and then she's got quite a bit of stuff she wants to share with us. So I'm going to be learning tonight also. Ashley.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, man, it's just another day in paradise. That's just the way I choose to look at life. I want to say, first of all, welcome to the show, and thank you for being willing to come on to the show. Actually, the first question I have for you is, for those or like myself that don't really know a lot about you, where'd you grow up?
I am from here in Lincoln.
You're from Lincoln?
Yes,
okay.
I am. Yeah, born and raised.
What high school did you go to here?
Lincoln High.
Went to Lincoln
Yes,
High?
I did.
Okay. Now, you know, that's kind of interesting because growing up here, I know that you know a lot of people.
I try to think I do. Maybe
yeah.
I don't know. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
But you got into this type of employment, and you've been doing this for quite a while. Can you kind of walk us through where you started, and we'll get to what you're doing now a little later.
Yeah, sure. Well, I had my kids pretty young, so I started later with college and life, and basically kind of dived right into where I was going to be going with life, and trying to be a humanitarian, do my thing. My first part was working for criminal defense attorneys for 9 years. That was kind of, you know, I really wanted to have that part of my life, you know, trying to figure out how I'm going to help save those people on that side of the table. That was good. It was hard, though, because you have to defend a lot of people that are coming in, and you know the ones that are really, really, really there because they want that change in their life, but you just can't help them. You can't help everybody. You try to help everybody, but you can't help everybody. So I decided it was time to move on, basically, from working with attorneys. You know, I went into working insurance for about 4 years. It actually paid pretty well.
How'd you like that?
I hated it. It was terrible. I hated it. I know everybody needs insurance, but it was I was a clock in, clock out. I'm a empath. I need to be around people. I need to be making a difference, and the making the difference was not happening in insurance for me. So I decided to go back to school, get another degree, and it was going into social work, really making that difference, because no matter what career I had, whatever job I had, it was helping somebody,
right?
No matter what was going on.
Now, what was the first job that you took where you was actually doing what you love to do?
I would say foster care, actually. I mean, I did a lot of in-home services for about 4 or 5 years, a lot of skill building with youth and adults, but mostly going into foster care was really like the awakening for me, and like human relations, what I really wanted to do with the world.
That's kind of interesting because that's not easy.
No.
It's really not. And you stayed with it for a while. And I think you said something about a place you worked at, Center for People.
Yeah, I actually, so after I left foster care, so I worked in the foster care, and I decided to go work for Center for People in Need, and I oversaw their reentry program. That was probably one of the hardest jobs I've had to have ever.
Why would you say that?
Because you have these human beings who are coming to you. They've been incarcerated for a long period of time. They don't feel like they're getting the help they need. They have all these barriers getting ready to be released out into the public. They need you to see them for a human being and not just an inmate number. And so we really had to work on skills to make them know their worth and know that they have done their time, but they need to, contribute to society, but they're ready to do it. They knew what they had done, but they needed to go out and they needed to contribute.
How long? I'm just curious. How long did you work with Center for People?
A little over 2 years. So we were contracted with corrections. So we worked within Center for People in Need. We had a lot of changing to do in there. I rebranded. I just did a lot of, you had to really just take the time and understand that the people you're helping are really wanting the help. And it was long hours. It was mentally and emotionally draining. There were people that I didn't want to work with, to be honest. Like but you know what? It didn't matter, because the people that were coming back, that were being successful coming back after they'd been released, had a job, had their education, all these other things. They held they were able to get apartments. They were able to do everything they needed to do, get a relationship back with their children, all that repairing that they needed to do. Having them come back in and say, everything that we went through, the hard times when you were like frustrated with us or trying to help us and push us, this, it was all worth it. And that feeling coming back was the reason I did it.
That's a feeling that you really can't put a price on.
No,
because so many times when people come back and say, hey, thanks to you guys, I have a life now.
Right.
I have a chance at life. That, I think, is one of the most rewarding feelings that you could have.
Yes, it is.
Now, you did that, you say, for 2 years. Then what came next?
So burnout is real.
Burnout's real.
100% burnout is real. I'm the type of person to say, you need to take time for yourself. You need to do self-care. You need to, really focus on you. And I would preach it and preach it and preach it, but I would never do it for myself. I have a kid in college, one in high school, and I'm constantly like, making sure everything for them is first. Everything with my family is first. It's never been about me. And because I did that, even though it's important to do that, you can't take care of your family and do the things that you need to do if you're not taking care of yourself first.
That's true.
So I was at the point in my career where I had burnout. I was mentally, emotionally exhausted. But I also realized that all these adults that I've been working with, you can really try and help these adults turn their lives around. But where we need to start is with the youth, because the youth are the ones that are turning into those adults.
Correct.
And we have to lay that foundation down for them so that their time to grow is during those years. To learn, to get through life, all those things they need to be doing. That's the time we need to be teaching them, showing them skills, providing things for them to keep their minds from going to those bad places. And
they go those bad places pretty easy.
Oh, yes.
I've noticed that just through general observation. Unfortunately, I'm not making excuses for our youth, but they do have a lot of distractions.
Absolutely.
I know technology has tremendous upside and tremendous benefits, but it also comes with some side effects.
Right.
So I think a lot of our youth are falling victim to the side effects.
Yes, I agree.
Because like I said, I don't want to come on here and bash anything, but the one thing I do recognize is, how important technology is to everybody. but it seems to be really important to the youth.
Mhm.
That's what I've noticed.
Oh yeah, it's their life. When they don't have it in front of them, it's that you've ruined their world. They have a complete meltdown. I have not met one yet that does not have a meltdown when they realize they can't have their cell phone for a day
Oh,
or
yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah, that's like a crisis.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I came from the pager days.
Yeah.
Where's the nearest payphone? I need to go call this person back now.
So you say you did. So what are you currently into now? What are you doing?
So currently, I am the assistant program director at the Cedars Youth Emergency Shelter.
So you worked your way all the way up to that?
Well, I don't know. I'm working on it.
No, you're doing it. No, you really are doing it. You got to give yourself some credit too.
Thank you.
You are doing it. So you're the assistant program director.
Mhm.
So what all do you guys do?
So we have Cedars. If I can give just like kind of an overview.
Oh,
of
go
what Cedars,
right ahead.
I could talk for days.
No, that's okay. I want to hear. I want to
better
learn.
Monitor me.
No, we're good. We got Carter. Carter got us.
Remember when you say, I'm talking too much? So basically what Cedars is in general is we are a nonprofit organization that is trying to provide like the safety, the stability, repairing those relationships with all the families that they have. Just any situation that they're in, we want to provide that safety for them. We want to provide those services for them. We want to do everything that we can for them. We actually, Cedars, they've been around for 75 years. They actually just celebrated their 75th year.
Wow.
So they started back in 1947. There was Reverend Charles and his wife, Alberta Danner, I believe. They took one little kid in, and all of a sudden it started pouring in with more kids. And then it was just kind of like, okay, well, we're going to start making a difference with these kids because nobody else seems to care. Nobody else wants to do that. We actually, let's see, where I work in shelter, there's 5,000 plus nights a year that we provided safe housing and crisis stabilization basically for all those kids that came through. We are a 24/7 running shelter. Every day.
What's the age groups that you?
So the emergency shelter is basically ages 12 to 18. It's very rare that we have anything younger than 12. The only time is if it's like a sibling, like two siblings that come in.
Yeah.
And we'll do it. We're not supposed to like take them instantly, but if we do enough begging, we'll just be like for 1 day, 2 days.
Right.
We got to do it. During that time frame. So what we do in shelter is we want to provide those, well, again, the stability, everything like that, the safety. We are a short-term shelter. We're actually one of the only ones in Nebraska. So we have kids coming from Western Nebraska. I mean, they're 8-hour drive, wherever they're coming in. We are the only shelter.
And you say your age groups is what?
12 to 18.
12 to 18.
Yes.
So
boys and girls.
Wow.
Yes. Boys and girls.
How large is your facility? I mean, how many people can you hold?
So we have with our kiddos capacity at like 20. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have 20 kids that are involved in the juvenile justice system on probation, or they're only not going through just the juvenile system, but they got trauma from being removed from their home constantly. All I have to say is it is a generational cycle. 90% of these kids that come through are from previous foster care, or their parents were in foster care, their parents were in prison, their parents had substance abuse, going on. It's just all these things play into why they are in shelter with us. It's generational. Wow. It really is.
That's kind of sad that that's where we are. But I mean, you know what? On the bright side, I'm very glad that you guys have that shelter in place.
Yes.
So that, because if without you guys, a lot of those kids would probably just be on the street.
They are. We don't want a kid to be homeless. We are there for that reason. That's our, we just don't want any kid to be homeless. If we have to take them for, 24 hours, they're coming. We're going to make room for them. But we do more than that. Our kids, we get them set up with the education. If they're already going to school in Lincoln, we work with lots of, the public schools that they're at, working with administrators, counselors, making sure that we still can keep that going so that they're not, dropping out or, oh, we're already this far, we're just going to say screw it, we're not going to do it, whatever. The kids we have groups that we do. We have so like right now I'm training my staff to do healthy relationships, more just positive behaviors, cognitive thinking. We work on individual life skills. A lot of these kids they're going to be aging out. A lot of these kids are aging out, and they know it. They're so aware of it, and they're scared to death.
So when they age out, for those of you who don't know what that means, kind of explain what that means when you say age out.
So a lot of these kids were parentified growing up. So like mom and dad, or just mom was working 2 jobs. They had younger siblings. They were doing a lot of the raising of these kids. So they really, really had to learn those life skills early than the average teenager, know? And so they're to the point where they're about to become adults and they know a lot of life skills. They just don't know how those are going to work in the real world when they're out there on their own and not having to take care of other kids.
I'm just sitting there thinking, when a kid ages out, I'm assuming that's 18.
Yep. Well, 19, technically 19 in Nebraska.
19. Okay. So
yes,
yeah,
generally.
19, he ages out and he don't have anywhere to go or don't have any family. Can they reach back out to you? Or?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We will provide, and that's what's great about Cedars. I mean, I could go on for days about the services that we provide, but we have in-home support. We have a lot of just so many, and I'll give the link. I'll give all that information out too when we get towards the end.
Okay.
But we just have so many services and things that we can provide to these kids, families, and not just our youth, but we have kids that come back. Even just being there the short time that I have, the stories, the kids that are coming back. Actually, one of the girls I started working with when I started social work was like 10 or 11. She was there when I got there at shelter. She had been through the system the whole time. And I'm so proud of her because she was graduating high school early. She'd gotten her CNA. She actually made the news. Dora is her name. I'm so proud of her. She has gone through the struggles. I remember going in and, taking pots and pans and banging them together to get her butt up for school. She just refused to go to school. And her mom was not understanding how important it was for her to get up and go to school.
And now she's
thriving.
Wow.
Now she's thriving.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're really proud of her. We do fun outings with them too. Like we take them to go ice skating. We take them to Husker games. We have like alumni that volunteer tickets up. So our staff gets to take them to games and they have the time of their lives. It's the best.
Well, I think everyone deserves a chance. And it sounds like to me that's a big part of you guys' mission. Actually, what is the mission?
Well, in general for the shelter, I want to be able to provide worth for these kids. We want them to, grow with their mind, mentally, emotionally. I probably should go to my notes so I know exactly what I need to tell you.
Yeah, that's fine. Go right ahead because I think this is important.
It's not that I don't know. I really want to give the rundown on like why it's important these kids are involved in activities. They need to be stimulated mentally and emotionally and physically. There is so much the effect that poverty has on these kids that are coming through. You have the YMCA sports who I should probably that's me. Should I turn it off? I feel like it's blinking. I feel a little bad.
Okay. That's fine. No, do what you got to do.
So sorry.
No problem. But I was sitting there thinking with all these kids that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, my heart goes out to those kids because a lot of them didn't ask to be in the situation that they're in.
No, they didn't.
So they basically got put into a situation and then they're forced to learn how to deal with it with limited skills. Right. I think that's
so with that, we want to provide those for them because they don't have the opportunity to have access to those things that most kids do have access to. A lot of so there's 6, well, I guess there's 7 high schools now in Lincoln, but last year they did a a study. Basically, there's 3 high schools that were more inclined to have a higher rate of poverty in their school system area. And then the other 3 were not. Those kids that actually got to go to state for games and things like that, they were in the lower amount of poverty level. So like they had access to better equipment, they had access to better facilities, they had access to having select teams that they got to play sports in and stuff. Those kids that we serve in the shelter, none of them have that. None of them got to do that. None of them get to have access to those things. And so that's a disadvantage right there for them to actually like have that success rate in life.
You know, that's man, I'm just listening to you because I'm learning a lot too. I think we're going to take a quick break,
Okay.
and then we're going to come back, and I want you to finish telling us more
Okay.
about this, okay?
Okay. Sounds
Hey,
great.
don't you guys go nowhere. We'll be right back with the Get Your Happy On Hour with Ricky C. Simmons on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. A new year means new goals and upgrading, but that doesn't only apply to health and fitness. Mullen Motors can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2023 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2022 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Lake.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Gentlemen, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Don't be that guy running to the store for flowers and a card on your way home. Hey, Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. We have great Valentine's gifts in store now. And if you spend $99, we'll throw in a free bouquet of a dozen roses. Give her what she really wants this year and let us do the rest. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, your hometown jeweler since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island. Online at sartorheyman.com.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of three.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back to Get Your Happy On Hour, 93.7 The Ticket. You know, I'm sitting there talking with Ashley, man, and I'm learning so much about cedars. I really didn't know a lot about it, but I'm getting educated tonight. And she's got some things that she wants to share with us, and I want to hear them too. You have a list of things, Ashley. Would you feel comfortable sharing those with us?
Of course. That's why I'm here.
Okay, well,
Get it going.
Well, put it on us then.
All right. So the reason I really wanted to be here was to get the word out. We are focused on trying to get an intramural league going for these kids. The amount of time they're with us, we generally like to have them in our care for 30 days until they go on to their next placement. Unfortunately, whether it's detention or another foster home, a group home, back home, reunification with family, whatever. During that time, we need to keep them busy. We need to keep their minds going. And so Cedars Shelter really wants to start an intramural league where we can have these kids engaged in activities other than the outings, other than
when you say intramurals, what do you mean? Like
basketball, soccer, volleyball, anything that we can do to give them that physical activity.
So you'll be taking in volunteers to help with this?
Yes. So we are looking for any sort of preferably we would like college kids, high school kids. We really don't want to bring the high school kids around just because some of those kids go to school with a lot of our kids, and,
Right.
and we don't want to have them, have them in that environment with the same
That
people
makes
they're going to
sense.
school
Yeah,
with,
that makes sense.
University kids, anyone that's looking to make a difference in these kids' lives, that know a little bit about sports is nice too, but just really have that drive and passion to give them that positive behavior, that positive drive, the motivation. We need those kind of people around
To be more productive
Yes.
young members of society.
Absolutely.
I got you.
You said it. That's exactly
What
I'm
are
looking
some of the other things that you had on that list that would help me understand and help all of us understand more about what you're doing?
We really just want to any sort of mentorship. We're working on trying to get a mentorship program going.
Okay.
There's so many that are available in Lincoln, but we need more. We need more people like you to come in and be real with these kids. Show them that life is difficult. There are going to be barriers. You're going to go through struggles in life. You're going to have just really bad days, but the bad days are going to turn to good days. And
Absolutely.
we need people like you to come in and do mentorship or, really educate these kids on the turnaround and what they can to do to better their life. So
I'm really strongly thinking about that. So
I hope so.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. I'm already on it. I'm on it.
I hope so. I really, really am here to see if we can get volunteers going. We really want to have as many people as we can to be a part of this. Come in, do some reffing if they would like. I'll go into like where they can go and sign up for everything if it's something that they're interested in. But what we really are needing supplies, things like orange cones for practicing, the
Gotcha.
scrimmaging, the water jugs or like water bottles, those things that are common things that, everybody takes for granted.
Right.
Those are things that we really need. I know we had some donations of sports bras for some of our females that are going to be doing the sports. Those are things you don't think about, also like socks and, we have our donations that come in, but there's only so many we can get and so many that are specifically meant for that particular thing we're trying to look for. We really just want to provide some normalcy for these kids.
Yeah.
And with the intramural, the sports, they can have a little bit of that normalcy. We have a lot of things that are going to be coming up here soon at Cedars. It's, they'll make their public announcements, but along down, the road, when those things come about, we want to have the support because we are community based and we want to make sure that we have that support before these other things start coming, because then it's already in place.
Sounds like to me, I know I was talking to you when we were during the break, and you said there are a lot of things that you guys have on the horizon that you can't talk about,
Right.
which is fine,
Right.
because I'm going to ask you to come back at some point when those things are available, and I'll let you tell everybody about them. But no, I really want everybody to know what's going on, because like I said, I'm a firm believer that we don't pay enough attention to the positives.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my personal opinion, and I'm impressed with the fact that someone took the time to even create a program like this, and then to have people that are really willing to put in the work, because I know for a fact what you do for a living is not easy.
It's not.
No, it's challenging, because these kids, they've got a lot of distractions, and a lot of them are having a tough time, and you don't have a choice. You have to deal with it.
I do have to say though, a lot of what we do has everything to do with our staff, the positive vibe they give when they come to work. My boss, Allison Rickerson, she is amazing, and she is the type of person who gives you the reason to come to work, not only just the kids, but the reason to come to work, because her passion, her drive, her motivation, everything like that rubs off on everybody else. And so when it rubs off on us, we're coming to work because we love coming to work.
Right.
And that is going to bleed off onto our staff that work with these kids out on the floor every day, taking them to school, taking them to their activities, doing everything that they need to do with them one-on-one. And when you have that staff feeling that passion and that motivation from people up, it's natural for them. And those kids feel that.
It still takes a special type of person, like, say, for example, your boss.
Yes, Allison.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
You have to have a special mindset, and the staff as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have, just in order to do this job. Everybody can't
Right.
do it.
No.
And a lot of people don't want to do it.
Right.
That's why you have a job.
We're not in it for the money.
Yeah.
Social work is not for the money. We are in it because we genuinely care and we love these kids.
You know what? And that's very, very important. So, like I said, I just want to learn more and more about Cedar, because like I said, prior to tonight, I didn't really know a lot about it. I've heard of it, but I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it, but they don't really know what all it entails.
Right. Well, and I'll be honest, even being in social work, hearing of Cedars, everybody knows of Cedars, but they don't know what they do.
Right.
So even when I got hired, I had no idea the type of services that they did. So another, just like another example, a little section that I oversee is the reception center. So that's kind of a short-term stop for like probation officers and law enforcement to come in when you have these kids that are on run, or they're in a crisis situation with their family or whatever. They bring them in that little section of the shelter. They can do their assessments there. They can do everything they need to do to keep them safe in that moment, and then we keep them safe for 24 to 48 hours while we're trying to figure out where they need to go. Just even those short period of time, time frames that we have with them, we can make that difference. And so any little thing that we can do helps. So,
well, I gotta say this for any of you that are listening that would love to be a part of that and volunteer your time. Please take this from me. Make sure you have the patience.
yes.
Yeah.
We really strive to be trauma informed. That is one thing that I have to say about Cedars. They are amazing with their training. We are working with children's lives every day, 24/7.
Right.
And if we are not trauma informed, we can say or do one thing to upset a child for, a week or a month or whatever. I mean, for example, there's a couple boys that we have are from North Omaha gangs, and they, you just hear youth gangs, Omaha. It's just like very overwhelming to people that, they're just thinking negative, because that's what it stems from, is all the negativity and everything. But these boys can come into any of our offices and they're just like, can I talk about my day? Can I lay here and chill out and, you tell me how your day went or whatever? They genuinely care. Like they want to have a normal life. They want to sit and be a part of society. They don't want to be in a gang. They want to have a good life. A lot of these, I had no idea how much these kids are not loved. And I look at my kids and I have to remind myself every day, I cannot compare these kids to my kids, because the love that I've provided my kids growing up is not the same love that most of these kids have given.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate.
Received, yeah.
That's unfortunate, but that's just real, and that's the truth.
Right.
I think that's why I was referencing, if people want to be a part of what you do,
yes,
please have patience.
Yes.
Because, you can't expect these kids to understand what, say, an adult that has been fairly productive in society understands.
Right. And part of that volunteering process, there's paperwork that they would need to fill out, but, we do have some training involved, hours that they have to go through. Just, we don't want to throw somebody into the lion's den. Not to say it's a lion's den, but because of the trauma informed care that we provide, we don't want to bring someone in that has possibly gone through a lot of trauma themselves. We want those people that have had that experience and that have gone through that, but we want to make sure that we're educating them about certain things before they come in to volunteer.
Yeah, because you want a positive result in the end.
Yes.
You don't want
absolutely.
You don't want to make the problem worse.
Right, absolutely. And you want it to be relatable, but you also want it to be positive. So
and I think keeping it real with these kids is very important too, because they're a lot more advanced than most kids their age.
They will smell a fake person a mile away. I can tell you right now, you have someone that walks through and you can just see their whole vibe, their aura just changes, because they know that person is not there to make a difference or even care. And I hate to say it, but you have to be real when you come in there, and you gotta say it like it is, just like me. I do it. So volunteering, we can give the information out. As far as the process, I can give my email out too.
That's fine. Go ahead.
And the volunteer form that you would need to go fill out is on our website, but it's cedarskids.org is where all the information is. It talks about everything that we do at Cedars, not just the emergency shelter. But
say that link again.
cedarskids.org.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
I want to make sure that they get that, because
cedarskids.org.
Hey, listen, I tell you what, You got some more stuff on that list,
I do,
I'm
just
sure.
a little bit more.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take one last break.
Yes.
And then we're going to let you finish that list. And then I want you to give out some more information on how people can get involved, okay?
Absolutely.
I want everybody to understand something. We got a really, really special guest here. And, man, we need help.
We do.
We need help. So if you guys are interested, we'll be right back. And we'll give you all the information you need to get involved. Every day you blessed to see it truly is another day in paradise. We'll be right back.
James Enterprise Incorporated, that company that hauls your gravel, rocks, and material for your farm or construction site, says, thank you to the people of the healthcare community for putting yourself in the way of danger to save the public. That is what it means to be a hero and to build a beautiful legacy. This message brought to you by James Enterprise Incorporated. For all your hauling of rock, gravel, and materials, call them at 402-432-6740. That's 402-432-6740. You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Is your furnace operating like you think it should? Find out with a service check now from the pros at Bryant. No matter what make or model, Bryant will perform a thorough system check to make sure you're good to go this winter. Bryant also offers free second opinion heat exchanger checks. Before you spend thousands on a new furnace, let Bryant check it free. Anytime you need furnace service or repair, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Hey guys, Nick Sadert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841.
Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best damn burgers and fries you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Jake Bakoven here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Solarion. A lot of people don't understand what Solarion is all about or have some preconceived notions about it. But I participated in their studies for many years and keep going back for many reasons. First off, the staff always treats me well, makes me well aware of what I'm doing, and they're really knowledgeable and informative. That always gives me the comfort to keep going back. Some people do studies as often as they can, while others just look for ones that fit into their schedule. Last year, more than 1,700 people completed the screening process for a study. Whether you're male or female and at least 19 years of age, you're eligible. If you're curious about how to earn up to $500 per day by participating in a research study at Solarion, check them out at helpresearch.com/new or call them at 866-213-2965. Once again, that's Solarion at 866-213-2965 or at helpresearch.com/new.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, we back. Get You Happy On Hour. Man, I got a very interesting guest, man. And she's got some more stuff she wants to share with us. So I need you guys to listen in real close. And keep in mind, this is only for positive people with patience. So if you got some personal stuff going on, you cannot come in and dump on these kids.
Right.
So you probably won't make it past the volunteer form.
Yeah.
But Ashley, could you share with us the rest of the things that you'd like to share with us and then we also want you to go back over how that people can get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now what we're looking for, again, like supplies, things that we're really, really needing are the common things for like sports, like water bottles and, the Gatorade jugs, those kinds of things. Socks for these kids, knee and elbow pads, because they do get scuffed up. A lot of these kids aren't used to running around doing physical stuff. The right way anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then, even just things like bug spray and sunscreen, these kids going outside, like, we can have extra things like that can be donated. We would be very grateful for. A lot of people don't think about those types of things. Like I said, the cones, let's see, what else do I have? Oh, even volleyballs or soccer balls themselves, any type of anything that we can use. We've actually, I believe, ordered jerseys already for them. Like we have those that we got going.
Okay.
But any like shorts for females or males, any types of shoes, anything like that. New, of course, is what we're needing. But mouth guards, those types of things. But all those things that we need, we can't do the intramural when we don't have the volunteers to do it. So what we really need is the volunteers.
The volunteers.
Yes.
And again, the volunteers can go to what website?
cedarskids.org. Yes.
cedarskids.org.
And then if you have any questions, basically they can reach out to me via my email. I live on my email, unfortunately. I probably shouldn't, back to the
That's
whole
okay.
self-care thing. But you can reach out to me at any time. It's shum, SHUM, as in mother, at cedarskids.org. So shum at cedarskids.org. Any questions you have about anything regarding this, I will try and give the best answer. If I don't have the answer, I will definitely find somebody who does. So, and we're looking, it's spring, it's coming up. So we're really wanting to get this stuff rolling. We can't really do it if we don't have some of the supplies that we need to do that.
Some of the things that you got that you can't discuss.
Yes.
These are really big things though,
Yes.
from what I've heard. Yes. So I'm just trying to tease y'all because see, I'm setting Ashley up. She's gonna get asked back when all these big things happen. Because I want as many people as possible to be a part of this, but also it's real important that you keep this in mind. Patience and a positive mental attitude is very important when you want to volunteer your services. These kids are coming, a lot of them are in very difficult or have come from very difficult situations. So we don't need to make that situation any worse for them.
Right. But they will cling to you. If you make that connection with them, they will cling and they will be so grateful for it because they want that person that's going to give them that motivation. I mean, there's going to be days they're going to be like, I don't want to talk to you, or I don't want to do this, or, this person's giving me lip or whatever. And they have every excuse under the sun to just focus on the negative. But if you have that positivity while you're there, you can be that person to turn their mindset around.
That's very important. I mean, I understand that better than most, but unfortunately, like when people take on a challenge like volunteering,
yes,
the newness wears off real fast.
Absolutely. It's called the honeymoon period.
Right. It wears off really fast. So, that's why I'm saying patience and positive mental attitude. I think it's very important that everybody that considers this, think it through first before you even reach out, because it's not something, it sounds like a feel-good deal, but it's not something you can do one time and be done and the world's all right at that point. So I think it's important that everybody really think this through before you actually apply for that position.
Absolutely. And we do, we'll have to do background checks, of course. Not to say that we won't, if, someone has had something in their past that they've gone through or whatever after a certain period of time that's gone through. There's certain exceptions based on, whatever. We will work with people, but we do have specific things, through the state that they have to go through.
Yeah, and they're called guidelines,
yes,
rules and regulations,
yes, policies and procedures.
Yeah, man, I'm very aware of that, and I just, but again, I really, really, really appreciate everything that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what these things that we can't talk about.
I know.
I think, I got
this is just a little snippet of everything.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's enough to get my interest up. So I will definitely be having you back in the future when these things are up. And is there anything that you'd like to say to anybody out there that might be considering this?
Number one, I'm just grateful for the listeners that you have that are out here listening to this. I'm grateful for the people that would even consider doing any sort of volunteering, mentorship, anything like that. It does take special people to do that, and I am grateful for those people that do come across. But just know that even if you are not the person that would be a good fit to come volunteer or do what you need to do, if you have other people that would be, someone that would fit that, great, opportunity, then please spread the word. Let them know Cedars really needs the help. We really do.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're going to get some help. And the thing is, I just want you to know that we are very, very supportive of that.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate
and
it.
that's why we had you on. And, you know, I'm going to wrap this thing up right quick. I just want to thank you for coming on and being
Thank
a
you for
guest.
having me.
Yes. And something I want to say to everybody before we get out of here. I want you to always remember one thing. Positive mental attitude is very important. And every day that you're blessed to see, it truly is another day in paradise. And you need to live your life one day at a time and try to make the most out of each day. So we're going to get up out of here. We're going to get out of here in just a couple of minutes. What? Carter telling me to rap?
Yeah, we got to wrap.
All right. Every day you're blessed to see is just another day in paradise. So you got to get your happy on. Go!
Woo.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27